Good morning. I am Judge Grace M. Uzomba. I am the presiding judge of County Court at Law Number 2. Attorney Thomas Beck, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Judge. My client is present on Zoom, Jose Sanchez.
Thank you, sir. I welcome you all to County Court at Law Number 2 on the second day of August 2022. The court is in session by video conferencing using the Zoom application and made public by live streaming to YouTube and into the courtroom via the court TV. We will be hybrid, meaning that I have some people live in the courtroom, physically in the courtroom, and those who have elected and are being permitted to appear via Zoom. And as you know, with permission, that can be taken away. And I will get to that a little bit later. We will be on record with the official court reporter. I introduce you to Esther Delgado. She is the official court reporter for County Court at Law Number 2. All persons in this session, as well as the public, are admonished to not and shall not record these proceedings. All counsel and persons in this session are reminded to exercise proper courtroom decorum and attire at all times. With those who are appearing via Zoom, if you are in a vehicle, you have two choices. One, you can get out of the vehicle and find a quiet place to participate. Two, your second choice is to drive down to County Court at Law Number 2, located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. We are on the first floor of the Cadena Reeves Justice Center. Your name must be displayed. First name, second name, last name. So your name must be displayed. First name, last name. Look at the frame in which you are appearing and see if your name is displayed as your first name, last name. If it isn't, it cannot be your device name, it cannot be your nickname. If it isn't displayed as such, please rename yourself. You must appear. The people in the courtroom are in person. They have their video on. I can see them. Therefore, if you're by Zoom, you must have your video displayed. And you must be in a lighting where I can clearly see your face. If you look at your frame, and if it is dark, you need to move to a well-lit area so that I will be able to see your face. Now, if you're in a vehicle, if your name is not displayed correctly, that's first name, last name, or if you do not have your video, then I will not recognize you. I will give you an opportunity to cure or take care of or fix those things. And then I will ask, and then I will recognize you and I will mark you as late. If you do not know how to use Zoom, then you need to go ahead and take a tutorial. Again, you cannot be in a vehicle. You must sit up straight. The folks here in the courtroom are sitting up straight in the pews. Therefore, in Zoom, you must sit up straight. There will be no chatting using the Zoom application without permission. The only exception is if you need to let the bailiff, the deputy de la Cruz, if you need to let him know that you're stepping away from the Zoom, then you can chat to him and let him know that you're stepping away. There'll be no chewing gum, eating, drinking, vaping, or smoking. If you cannot do it in the courtroom, you definitely cannot do it via Zoom. You cannot leave the court session, Zoom session, or the courtroom without being properly excused or dismissed, without permission to leave. Defendants, when you leave the courtroom for the day, you must have a piece of paper that's either a dismissal or a reset form. A reset form telling you when you need to come back to court. Your device. Please place your device on a flat surface and place yourself in the center of it and don't move, okay? When I start calling the docket, I will call your name, defendants, I will call your name twice. If I mispronounce your name, please make sure that you correct me. I'll give it my best effort to correctly pronounce your name. I apologize ahead of time for mispronunciations. When I call your name, you can respond here or present. For those in the courtroom, I need for you to stand up, remain standing, and for you on Zoom, please unmute, remain unmuted so that I can make sure of who your attorney is. If you do not have an attorney, I will ask you if you wish to time to hire an attorney, or if you wish to apply for a court-appointed attorney. If you wish to apply for a court-appointed attorney, I will excuse you immediately so that you can come down to County Court at Law Number 2 to apply. If you wish to hire, I will let you know that I will discuss that with you in due time. Attorneys, your attorneys may answer for you. If they do, I still need to hear from you. Attorneys, when you do respond, please let me know if you need if you need to confer with an ADA or consult with the court coordinator. How I will proceed today is I will call the docket. I will finish calling the docket. At the time while I'm calling the docket, please, I just need for you to respond. You're present here, and if you need to consult with an ADA or not. After I finish calling the docket, I will move the attorneys that need to consult, confer, then in the Zoom session, then I will begin to deal with individual issues. We may have a trial today. We will see about that, but I will break at 9:50, 9:45, 9:50, and we'll resume around at 11:15. We will then work through and to 12:50, break again for lunch, and resume at 2:15. So please work very quickly so that we'll be able to go ahead and get things done. Now, any violations of these instructions are subject to contempt of court. Again, today is Tuesday, the 2nd of August, 2022. And I am looking for the following folks. Jesse Morin. Jesse Morin. Good morning, sir. Sir, do you need time to hire an attorney, or would you like to apply for a court appointed? Okay, sir, we'll be right with you. I have my court coordinator get with you very shortly, okay? Please have a seat. Thank you for being here. Julie Herrera. Julie Marie Herrera. Let's mark that for failure to appear. Christine Rivas. Christine Nicole Rivas. Mark that, failure to appear. Alisa Rodriguez. Alisa Rodriguez.
Present.
Good morning, Ms. Rodriguez. Is your attorney Karen Corby?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you for being here. We'll go ahead and wait for your attorney.
Thank you.
Jose Sanchez. Jose Luis Sanchez. Need to unmute and respond. If you do not know how to use Zoom, then you need to
Unmute yourself, Mr.
leave
Sanchez.
and proceed
Yes,
down here.
yes, Your Honor, here, Your Honor.
Okay. And your attorney is Thomas Beck.
Judge, if I could
Yes.
confer with Brett, I believe.
Okay, sir. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
George Harmilio. George Mendez Harmilio.
Here, Judge.
Good morning, sir. Is your
Good morning.
attorney Joanne Echo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you much. I need for you to sit up, sir.
Yes, sir.
Reyana Torres Navarro. Reyana Torres Navarro. Mark that one for failure to appear. Elisa Tovar. Elisa Marie Tovar. Mark that one, failure to appear. Jose Trevino. Jose Angel Trevino. Mark that one, failure to appear. Danielle Gardner. Danielle, oh, excuse me. I do apologize. Daniel Gardner. Daniel Gardner. Mark as failure to appear. Ryan Coppin. Ryan Matthew Coppin. Coppin.
I'm present.
And Mr. Coppin, good morning. Is your attorney Michael Young?
Yes.
Okay. I will go ahead and wait for him. Mark Megrejo. Mark Megrejo. Let's mark that, failure to appear. Enrique Carter. Enrique Charles Carter.
I'm here.
Are you in a vehicle, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't sit in the house because the dog's barking.
I believe that you heard my instructions. I am going to mark you as, I'm not going to recognize you. You have two choices. Get out of the vehicle, find a quiet place to participate, or come on down to the courthouse. Alexander Moreno. Alexander Ethan Moreno. Matthew Bain. Moreno will mark as failure to appear. Matthew Bain, B-A-I-N. Matthew Carson Bain. Mark that one, failure to appear. Thomas Jones. Thomas Sean Jones.
Present, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. Is your attorney Ivan Barrera?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Judge.
Alrighty.
Thank you, President. This one's set for a plea. All the paperwork has been submitted.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. In the courtroom, please stand if you have not heard your name called. And what is your name, ma'am? And who is your attorney? Who's your attorney? Okay, ma'am, we will go ahead and wait for your attorney. You may sit, thank you. On Zoom, who has not heard their name called or have not recognized them?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Patrick Lamas. I don't believe you called Alexander Moreno.
Yes, sir, they failed to answer. Alexander Moreno, Alexander Ethan Moreno.
On that, Your Honor, can I get a short recess to try to get a hold of him? I think the number I have is no longer good for him. I think he's in a residential home right now.
Okay.
If I can have an opportunity to reach out to pretrial services to track him down.
Sir, allow me to go ahead and finish calling my docket.
Sure.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone that I have that has not heard their name, I did not call their name, or I have stated that I'm not recognizing you and you have fixed the problem. Anyone that I have not recognized, I've called your name and I said I did not recognize you and you have fixed the problem.
Eric Carter.
Mr. Carter, Is your attorney Michael Young?
Your Honor,
No, no,
this
it's
is Brian O'Donnell.
Brian
Your Honor. I'm here
O'Donnell.
for Mr. Carter.
Okay, thank you, sir. Alrighty, that concludes the calling of the docket. Attorneys, who needs to, which ADA is the conferring ADA? Conferring,
I'm happy to confer.
thank you. Alrighty, who needs to confer with the district attorney?
I do,
Any
Judge.
attorneys?
Thomas Beck does, Judge, but I had been dealing with Brett, but I'm happy to deal with whoever has authority.
Okay, let's go ahead and move Mr. Beck in with a conferring attorney. Any other attorneys need to confer with the ADA? Any attorneys need to go ahead and consult with the court coordinator? All right.
Your Honor, this is Patrick Lamas. Can I consult with the court coordinator, please?
Regarding your client and his
Yes,
no-show, his failure to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about that in 2 seconds, okay, sir? All right. All right. Okay, folks, this is a good time for you to call and contact your attorney and let them know that you are here and you're waiting on them, and find out where they may be, how long they may take. 685.
May I approach, Your Honor? It's Brian O'Donnell.
Yes, sir.
With respect, I'd be asking for a breakout room with my client, Mr. Carter.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, not a problem.
Thank you, Judge.
Could you please go ahead and move Mr. O'Donnell in with the with his client, Mr. Carter?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Attorney Lamas, do you have the phone number 210-681-5931?
I'm sorry, what was that number again, Your Honor?
210-681-5931. Okay, counsel? Mr. Attorney Lamas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All this information is in the court file. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my court coordinator come and get this file and then walk through it as far as the special conditions. You may have, there's an address there that might be helpful to you. And also pretrial services. Have you contacted pretrial services, sir?
Not yet. I was chatting with your coordinator about getting their information. She said she's gonna email me in a bit with that. And then I'll follow up with pretrial services. The court will allow me some time to follow up with pretrial to see if I can get a hold of him.
Okay, sir, I believe that you were appointed on this case way back at the beginning of June.
Yes, that sounds about right. On our last setting, I was appointed at the jail court. We had come to an arrangement, for my client, and that included a PR bond. Then we had a subsequent hearing in this court where my client did show up in person. And we just needed some time for him to comply. The only thing that the state wanted him to do was make sure that he goes back to his residence home, the resident home he was at. He lives in a facility, and he was, at the time of the court date, he was there with his father, and they both agreed that that's where we were going to go. And I think that's where he is today. I just don't have any contact to verify that right now.
Okay, sir. All righty. Ms. Lunel, if you'll come up and you guys can go ahead and so you can take this file back there to discuss with the attorney. I'll put you in the breakout room with her. Sir, I'll give you until sir, what will happen is I will issue a judge's warrant and remand him without bond. If he fails to appear in court and sign in, he must come here personally and sign in and give us, so as to provide us updated information and his whereabouts, but also to make contact with the court so he knows where it is. And I will issue that warrant on, if he does not appear on or before the 12th of August.
Okay, Your Honor. But one of the things is, if he is in compliance with what the state wanted, the state had agreed to dismiss the case. So I'm hoping that if I can provide proof to them that he's at the residence right now, that they'll just dismiss it.
Okay, I don't have that here. Let's go ahead and deal with that once you make contact with him, okay?
Sounds
All
good.
right, if you like to bring him in sooner, that would be just as fine for us to go ahead and do that. I'm giving you till the 12th. A warrant will be issued for his arrest if he has not come in on or before. So if you make contact with him, have him come in and sign in with the court. You can make arrangements to be able to deal with the case when he comes in. Okay, sir?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Counsel, do you have anything else in this court this morning?
Your Honor.
Please, you're excused from there, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Attorney Barrera?
Yes, Judge.
Your cause number is 666-977, correct, sir?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and you said set for a plea today?
That's correct, Your Honor. And the paperwork's been submitted.
I don't have it. Let me see. State, would you be kind enough if you have the, can you look up that paperwork, 666-977? See where it's at, please?
Yes, I'll look it up now.
Okay. While that's going on, Attorney Beck?
Yes, Judge, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Judge, we have an agreement for JSAT. I would like to reset the case so I can do this by Zoom. I'm going to be needing to spend a lot of time with my client to go over the paperwork. It looks like we can get this case done. I would ask the clerk to send me a copy of the information. So I'm hoping that's what we can do.
Sir, on the 21st, we had a trial on record and you both were ready so that we could take this, go to trial today. So I'm gonna need, before I let go of the jury, I'm gonna need for this case to be pled by 11:30, the latest, sir, okay? So I need for you guys to get back in there.
Do it by
Huddle and get
Zoom this morning, Judge, is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll work
11:30.
on that. We'll work on that.
Okay. All
But
right.
we do have an agreement for JSAT, Judge.
Say again, sir.
We have an agreement for JSAT. And we'll be
Okay.
working on that. We'll be
All
working.
righty.
Thank you.
Sorry, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Beck, can you just send me an email with your client's email address and I'll send you guys the paperwork?
I already gave that to ADA Ling Han.
Okay.
Yes, I already sent it out.
Okay. All righty.
And Judge, the excuse me, the paperwork for Thomas Jones, it is with you, but the name is just the name of the paperwork is just revised CC2 plea. There's no cause number.
There's no cause number?
No, excuse me. But I do see it here and that it's been signed by everybody and Marina approved it.
Okay. Revised?
Revised CC2 plea.
And Judge, I just sent you a reminder. Apologies, I didn't include the cause number or the name.
Okay. I have two that one says review and sign and one says review and approve. Is there, both saying revised CC2 plea? Is there let me see, there's a difference.
I think it would be the one that says sign.
Okay. Alrighty, I believe I have it. So Attorney Beck, you're working on paperwork, right? You are excused. We'll go ahead and work on your plea after 11. For you guys to work on that paperwork. Attorney Echo, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Yes, my client and I, George Jaramillo, are here to do a plea. I'm not sure if the court has the paperwork. I know that I signed it last week. I'm not sure if my client executed it, though.
Okay, if you give the cause number to the state, they can tell you where it's at. And
All right.
what's the cause number?
631843.
Ms. Garcia? Okay, all right, no problem. I don't have that paperwork. If you, can I put you in a breakout room with the,
Judge, can you put me in a breakout room with my client first so I can ask him if he's executed it?
He has
And-
not yet.
Can you send a reminder link? We'll probably have to find it in his email. If I could
who's
go.
631.
843.
I just saw that. Okay, and that is Harmilio, number 6 on the docket. Let's go ahead and get you guys moved. Attorney Munoz, you're here are you here for Mr. Coppin?
That's correct, Your Honor. We're here for Coppin and we've executed the plea documents.
Okay. All righty. And
I can't. I think you're on Zoom, Judge, if you're trying to speak. I mean, on mute.
Attorney O'Donnell?
Yes, Your Honor. I had a chance to confer with my client, Enrique Carter. I believe all of the plea documents have been signed and sent back to court.
What's the cause number, sir?
683-618, Your Honor.
Okay. I have the paperwork and this is the order we'll go. Thomas Jones, for Ryan Coppin, and for Enrique Carter. Court is going to take a short 5-minute recess here just to go ahead and get something situated, and I'll be right with you. And we'll go ahead and take the pleas, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Ryan. So yeah, you just hang out. The judge will be back shortly. You can take off your video now if you want. Go to the restroom, do what you have to do. I'm gonna log on some other courts, but I'll be back. Okay. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, because I'm just about to be.
Just what?
I'm just about to be.
And speaking of something else.
Let's see if they accept it.
Hello, ma'am. With the iPhone, can you hear me? Okay, I don't know what it is that you're doing. You're here in court. Listen to what I'm telling you, okay? Before you answer me. You need to conduct yourself accordingly. You're on Zoom, you're in a court proceeding. Just so you know, it's an official court proceeding. Okay? Whatever you could be doing in court, that's how you're supposed to act while you're on Zoom. You need to stay still on that screen. You need to quit moving around, quit going to the bathroom, looking at yourself in the mirror, being on the phone, take that headset off of your head. And take it off right now. Yes. You need to go to a quiet room, stay. Listen to what I'm telling you before you mention. Stay in one room, stay centered on the Zoom screen, on your phone screen, and do not be moving around. Oh, do you know? Hold on, before you leave, do you know how to change your name? See where it says iPhone on the bottom of the screen? You need to put your full name, your first and last name. No, hit the three little dots on the right-hand corner. On the top. Go to the right-hand corner of your screen, there's three little dots. Click on the three little dots. On the bottom, you should say your name. Just, it should say, mute my audio, start video, learn my background, a lot of other stuff. And then at the very bottom, you should say your name.
Just what's your name?
What?
I'll do it. What's your name?
Okay, they're gonna change your name for you here in court. Just leave it alone, okay? You understand?
What is your name?
What is your full name? Okay. Thank you. All right, you can leave and go back.
Wait, not yet. I got you here.
You what? Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'll just go back.
Hey, that other big thing,
No, he didn't. Oh.
he's on the phone.
Um,
She heard it, everything was Sanchez.
mhm.
Well, he screamed out. It's all right. I'm gonna leave. On Zoom. All right.
Just Louise. State, if you will go ahead and pull up cause number 666-977, 677-834, 683-617, 683-618.
I'm sorry, Judge. Can you repeat that first one for me again?
666-977. That is Thomas Sean Jones.
Yes, Judge. I think I have them all pulled up now.
Okay, great. Let us
Thank
get
you.
on record. On cause number 666-977, State of Texas versus Thomas Sean Jones. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Ling Han for the state.
Ivan Barrera for the defense.
Are you Thomas Sean Jones?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated with the BAC .15 or higher, alleged to have occurred on the 8th of August, 2021, and classified as a Class A misdemeanor? Are you the same so accused?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth, under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may go ahead and lower your right hand. Court is going to start sharing the court screen. Mr. Jones, can you see the court screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state?
Yes, Judge. I can see the screen.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign that document thus consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
State's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Jones, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you sign this document that's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing? Excuse me, to consenting to plea by video conferencing.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
I do consent, Your Honor.
Defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Mr. Jones?
Judge, almost a year.
And are we applying for probation, and if so, what type?
We are, Your Honor. We are applying for deferred adjudication community supervision.
Thank you, Counsel. Mr. Jones, I draw your attention to the document on display entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision. This is a 2-page document, this being the first, and I draw your attention further to the second page where I am circling the cursor. It states there that you personally appeared before me today, albeit via Zoom, and you are the defendant in this case. And I have sworn you in, and under oath, you're going to tell me that your application for deferred adjudication community supervision and the personnel data sheet, which is going to be attached as an exhibit, is true and correct. Now, I'm going to share with you your personnel data sheet. Keep in mind that if it's not completely filled in, it cannot be true and correct. And all I need for you to do is identify for me the if any modifications need to be made, whether we need to make corrections or fill something in.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, anything? Please
No,
take a
ma'am,
look.
that looks correct.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, that looks correct, Your Honor. Everything looks good, true and correct.
Sir, do you need to go ahead and speak with your attorney before responding to understand the consequences to your response to this statement, that the defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in this application or the exhibit may be grounds for denial or revocation of any community supervision in this case? Do you need to go ahead and speak to your attorney at this time, sir?
No, ma'am, I understand the consequences. We've already spoken.
Okay, very good. I will sign the documents and now make the documents part of the record. State, have you fulfilled the Brady and discovery requirements in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's file?
I am satisfied. State's complied, Your Honor.
I will state, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has it been complied with?
Judge, it is subject to and has been complied with.
Thank you. I will go ahead and sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
Judge, the state has an oral motion to waive and abandon the 0.15 enhancement.
And are you proceeding on a DWI first class B?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Defense?
No objections, Your Honor.
State, without objection, state's oral motion is granted. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
No other motions, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, I draw your attention to the document on display. It's entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and the Court's Admonitions. It's a two-page document. This is the first page and this is the second page. Is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this document with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
After reviewing it with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
So with your signature and testimony at this time, you're telling me that you understand everything in this 2-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
I am indeed, Your Honor.
They're very good attorney, and as you see that he has gone ahead and knocked this down from a Class A misdemeanor to a Class B misdemeanor. Has he gone over, do you understand the punishment range in this case?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you, with that understanding, sir, do you freely and voluntarily give your constitutional rights up?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
I will approve your jury waiver. I am going to sign it, and making a record of it, you will no longer be able to have a jury trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that Mr. Jones is competent to enter into a plea today?
I do believe he's competent, Your Honor.
With the information, we're able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and charges against him?
I was, Your Honor.
And do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
We do waive.
State, what is the punishment recommendation?
The state is recommending 20 months deferred adjudication.
Did you say 20 months?
Yes, Your Honor, 20.
Okay.
$300 fine, court costs, 24 hours community service restitution, DWI education, the Victim Impact Panel Live, and I believe that counsel has provided the state with proof that Mr. Jones has completed both the DWI education and the Victim Impact Panel Live, and would like for those to be noted as being completed already. An ATP evaluation and to follow the recommendations from it, ignition interlock for half the term, and restitution, if any, to, looks like to City of San Antonio, possibly for a light pole.
You say restitution, if any, to the City of San Antonio?
Yes, Judge. The state is also not opposed to defense reserving its right to a restitution hearing.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation?
It is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Jones, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to be able to dispose of this matter for you today?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
Now, do you understand that even though you're pleading no contest, I can still find you guilty?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And you still wish to proceed?
I do, Your Honor.
Now, you've discussed this entire matter with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
After discussing with your attorney, you believe that you're telling this court with your plea of no contest that you do not wish to fight any of the charges in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with your plea of no contest, you believe that's in your best interest, sir?
I do, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea of no contest, finding that it is intelligently and freely made and that you're competent to do so. Counsel, what, if anything, on behalf of your client and why I should consider this plea?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Me and Mr. Thomas have had multiple conversations prior to this hearing, not just about his case, but just in general with him as a person. And I asked him how, what he's learned from this entire experience. And he wanted me to let the court know that it's been a mistake on his part. He regrets every ounce of his being for putting himself in the situation. He's very glad he didn't hurt anyone. He has been counting his blessings with daily prayer and meditation, especially if the court is willing to accept this plea deal. He understands he needs to do better to provide a good life for his wife and his newborn child. I asked him to complete mitigation for the court. He did complete the victim impact panel and the DWI education course, which I e-filed as well. He did advise me that if he's placed on probation, after he completes probation, he plans to enlist in the military. He's had the ignition interlock on his vehicle for about 10 months now, with zero violations. He wants to let the court know that he has a good support system with his wife and his family that will keep him on track with probation. And lastly, that he's learned from this experience and will continue to learn and just be a better person and provide for his family and the community as well, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. That's very, very helpful. So, Mr. Jones, whom do you live with?
I live with my wife.
Does she have a vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's her name?
Abigail Jones.
Counsel, do I have the does the court have the documents of indicating proof of completion of any did you wish the court to take judicial notice, or did you wish to go ahead and have that be sent to him to provide it to probation?
Judge, I e-filed copies of them, but if they're not in the file, if we could just allow Mr. Thomas to provide his probation officer with certificates and be given credit for that.
Court will go ahead and take judicial notice of a document entitled Texas DWI Education Program that was with a date of completion of 20 June 2022 with the defendant's name and cost number on it. You'll be given credit for completion of that. There's another document in here that is entitled Certificate of Completion with the cause number reflecting and the defendant's name on it. Entitled, the document, I guess, is Sharing Victim Stories to Prevent Drunk Driving. And it is with the Mothers Against Drunk Driving, signed by that. The president of that organization, or will take judicial notice and of completion of that course. Counsel, did I hear you mention that Mr. Jones already has the ignition interlock already installed?
That's correct, Your Honor. He does.
State, you indicated that there's restitution, if any, to the city of San Antonio for there was an accident in this case?
There was a single vehicle collision with a light pole.
A light bulb?
A light pole?
Oh, light pole. Was that in the median or was it?
I believe
On
it
the
was in the
sidewalk.
median, Your Honor.
What is the BAC in this case, State?
Which I believe is a 0.16.
Oh. Sorry, I think I turned off the screen sharing. Sorry about that. Sir, do you operate heavy motorized equipment in the position that you're in?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
So describe to me by year, make, model, color of the vehicle that the ignition interlock is on.
It's a white Ford, 2014 Ford Fiesta.
Okay. Defense, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones? Although there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in this case, I'm going to withhold my finding of guilt and I'm going to place you on 20 months of deferred adjudication, community supervision, probation for driving while intoxicated first. You will be monitored and supervised on behalf of this court by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department, otherwise known as probation, with these following conditions: $300 fine plus court costs, 24 hours of community service restitution, DWI education, victim impact panel live, TAP evaluation, and parenting class. You'll have the ignition interlock for half the term. You have indicated here that it is already installed. And restitution, if any, to the city of San Antonio. I will expect 2 affidavits from you within 10 calendar days. One is an affidavit from you that you will not drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. And the second will be from your wife, Abigail Jones, whom you've indicated that you live with and has a vehicle, that she will not allow you to drive her vehicle under any circumstances. Otherwise, I will need to go ahead and put an ignition interlock on that vehicle. She would identify her vehicle by year, make, model, color, license plate number, and last 6 digits of the vehicle identification number. I am going to set your supervision fee at $35. State, did I cover everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor, you have. Thank you.
Counsel, anything further on this matter?
Just one thing. The defense would like to reserve their right to a restitution hearing, if any.
Okay. State, you indicated if any, so you have not determined if there's a restitution?
Yes, Judge, we have not been able to determine that.
You're leaving that to the
To probation.
to go ahead and determine, okay. If a restitution comes by, just file a motion, counsel.
Understood, Judge.
All righty. And we'll go, and please promptly set it for a hearing. Counsel, anything further?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All righty. Mr. Jones, regarding the trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal, this has been a plea bargain case. I am going to certify that you have no right to appeal. I am signing it, and you will get a copy of this when you come down to provide us your fingerprints. When will you be able to do that, sir? Today's Tuesday. You can do it any day this week, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
Friday, Your Honor, would be good. Thank you.
Okay. That's the 5th of August. You will be coming down to County Court at Law Number 2, located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. You'll be coming down between the hours of 2 p.m., after 2 p.m., and before 4:30 p.m. You understand?
I do, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Furthermore, if you fail to come, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And sir, when you come, just check in with the deputy and he will further guide you, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
All righty. Mr. Jones, I believed everything your attorney said about you, all the good things. And I wish that look forward to you joining the military if that is your goal, your objective and your goal to do so, to be able to proudly and honorably serve this country, this great country. And so With that, I'm confident that you have taken this matter seriously, as your attorney has said, and that you will sail through probation and successfully. But sir, 20 months is a long time to be under any scrutiny. Make sure to communicate with your CSO if there is any issues that might impede your successful completion, and see if the court can be able to do anything to assist in making any adjustments that's necessary reasonably that would be able to help you to be successful. I'm looking for your success. We're always looking for great folks to go ahead and serve this country. So I wish you the best of luck, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. And thank you to the district attorney for giving me another chance. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. With that, we look forward to seeing you on Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
We're off record on this matter.
Excuse me, I have a question. Is my attorney here by any chance?
Do you have your attorney's phone number, ma'am?
I mean, I know the name Albert Van Cleve. I just want to make sure if I showed up at the right court date, because I had to talk with the office with the
Ma'am,
attorney's assistant. Yes,
ma'am. Call the court 210-335-2573 or call your attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna call
Thank
my
you.
attorney right now.
Very good, thank you. Attorney Barrera, do you have anything further in this court this morning, sir?
That's all I have for today, Your Honor.
Sir, you and your client are excused. Thank you so much for your time, patience.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. You have a great one. Counsel on cause number 677-834 for Mr. Coppin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are we ready to proceed on that case?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Okay. Let us get on record. Court is going to call cause number 677-834, State of Texas versus Ryan Matthew Coppin. Parties, please approach and identify who is before the court, starting with the state.
Ling Han for the state.
And Renee Munoz for Mr. Coppin.
Are you Ryan Matthew Coppin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same that has been accused of driving while intoxicated with a BAC 0.15 or higher?
Yes, Your Honor.
Allegedly, it occurred on the 23rd of January, 2022, and is classified as a Class A misdemeanor. Are you the same so accused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury? So help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You may go ahead and lower your right hand, sir. Court is going to start sharing the court screen. Mr. Coppin, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
And please, am I pronouncing your name correctly, Coppin?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. And counsel, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Judge, I can.
And state?
Yes, Judge.
State, on display is a document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign this document that's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, Mr. Coppin, this is how it works. When I'm going to need for you to respond, sir, I'm going to call you by name. Otherwise, I will be speaking to the attorneys. The one for the state, I will refer to as state. And the one, your defense attorney, I will refer to as counsel, okay?
Yes, I understand. Sorry.
Hey, not a problem, sir. State. Your
Yes,
response?
Your Honor.
Your response, state?
I'm sorry, but
Regarding the video conferencing consent, do you consent to these proceedings by video conferencing?
yes, Your Honor.
State's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense, on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Coppin, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, did you sign this document thus consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
I do so join.
The defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Mr. Coppin?
Longer than 10 days, Your Honor, but for approximately a year and a half.
Are we applying for probation, and if so, what type?
Yes, Judge, we will be applying for community supervision, particularly deferred adjudication.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Coppin, I direct your attention to a document on display. It's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision. This is a 2-page document. That's the first page. And then this is the second page. I direct your specific attention to this area where I am circling the cursor in the middle of the second page. It states that you personally appeared before me today. You are the defendant in this case, and I have sworn you in, and under oath, you're going to tell me that your application for deferred adjudication community supervision and the document entitled your personnel data sheet, which is going to be attached as an exhibit to your application, is true and correct. Sharing with you the data sheet, your personal data sheet. All I need for you to do is identify to me any information that needs to be modified, whether we need to add information or we need to correct some information. Keeping in mind that if it's not completely filled in, it cannot be true and correct.
I believe we need to add an address and a license plate number.
Correct.
Where, sir?
For the second name, Tina Mosier, I have the address.
Okay, sir. You do have that information, and you'll be able to go ahead and provide that when you come to provide us your fingerprint.
Okay.
Anything else, sir?
Mr. Coppin?
And then just the addition of the license plate number, Your Honor.
For what, sir?
For the,
From
the vehicle description, Your Honor, at the bottom.
Okay.
He didn't know at the time the vehicle was at his sister's house, so he got that information just recently as to the license plate. Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Coppin, do you need to discuss with your attorney to understand the consequences of your response before your response to this statement? Defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in that application or the exhibit that is your personal data sheet may be grounds for denial or revocation of any community supervision in this case. Do you need to speak to your attorney, sir?
No, we've discussed it and I understand.
And so do you acknowledge, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
I will sign the document and your application and personal data sheet are made part of the record with the noted corrections. State, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled this obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14J of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
That's correct, Your Honor. The defense is satisfied and we have had full access to the state's discovery.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has that been complied with?
It is subject to it and it has been complied with, Your Honor.
Thank you, State. Court will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
Judge, the state has an oral motion to waive and abandon the 0.15 enhancement and proceed just on the DWI first class B.
No objection by the defense.
Thank you, State. Perfect. Without objection, State's oral motion is granted. State, any other motions for court's consideration?
No other motions, Your Honor.
Defense?
No motions, Judge.
Mr. Compton, the court draws your attention to the document on displays entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. This is a two-page document, this being the first page, and then this being the second page. Gone too far. Is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this document with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
After reviewing it with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
So with your testimony and your signature, you're telling me that you understand everything in this two-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
He has done wonders for you, knocking this down from a Class A misdemeanor to a Class B misdemeanor. And did he explain to you the range of punishment in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that understanding, sir, do you freely and voluntarily give them up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will go ahead and approve your jury waiver, sir, and I am going to sign it and make it part of the record. You will no longer be able to have a jury trial in this case.
Understood.
Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea?
I do.
With the information, we're able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and charges against him.
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
We do so waive, Judge. Yes.
State, what is your punishment recommendation in this case?
The state is recommending a $250 fine and court costs, 12 months deferred adjudication, 48 hours community service restitution, DWI education, a victim impact panel, an ATP evaluation and all recommendations from it, ignition interlock for half the term, and restitution to the Texas DPS Crime Lab for $60.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation in this case?
That is our understanding. Yes, correct, Judge.
Mr. Coppin, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to dispose of this matter for you today?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that understanding, sir, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
Now, do you understand that even though you're pleading no contest, I can still find you guilty?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
And you still wish to proceed, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You've discussed this matter with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And after that discussion, you're pleading no contest. You're telling this court with your plea of no contest that you do not wish to fight any of the charges in this case.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you believe your plea of no contest is in your best interest?
I do believe so, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea of no contest, finding that it is intelligently and freely made and that you're competent to do so. Counsel, what, if anything, on behalf of your client, and why I should consider this plea, please?
Gladly, Your Honor, yes. Mr. Coppin is a young individual. It's his first run-in with the law whatsoever. He's remorseful of the situation that happened and wants to move forward with his life in a positive direction. He's a musician that, he plays different venues, and he's extremely talented with that. We obviously got hit a little hard with COVID, with them shutting down venues and things of that nature, but that has made him more resilient, Judge. He does take care of his elderly grandparents, and he's their main support system as they are up there in age. So he takes them to their doctor's appointments. He feeds them. He takes care of them fully, Judge. So he seems like a very bright, humbled individual that maybe made a questionable decision at one instance, but he's looking forward to resolving this matter and never entering the criminal justice system ever again.
Counsel, that is very, very helpful. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And sir, so you live with just your parents? Who else do you live with?
I just live with my grandparents.
With your grandparents or parents?
With my grandparents.
Oh, grandparents, okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do they have vehicles?
Yes, they have one vehicle.
For both of them?
Yes.
Do you have the ignition interlock in your vehicle at this time, sir?
No, I do not.
Could you describe to me year, make, model of the vehicle that will be putting the ignition interlock on?
It's a 2012 Chevy Impala.
What are your parents, grandparents' names?
Judy and Bill Coppin.
State, what was the BAC in this case?
The BAC was a 0.23.
State, do you have any objections to referring this defendant to the Bear County Gives Back program?
No objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor, would he be able to get community service hours through there?
Yes. Yes, counsel.
Okay.
For 48 hours only.
Yes, Judge.
He'll still need to complete the remaining 8 hours. State, this was a blood draw,
Yes, Your Honor.
and this is only alcohol?
Yes, just alcohol. Mr. Coppin was polite and cooperative with the arresting officer.
Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Coppin, although there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty in this matter, I'm going to withhold my finding of guilt, and I'm going to place you on 12 months of deferred adjudication, community supervision, probation for DWI first. You will be supervised and monitored on behalf of this court by the Community Service and Corrections Department with these following conditions: $250 fine plus court costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. 48 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to refer you to the Bexar County Gives Back program to be able to complete or satisfy the first 40 hours only. And that's as an alternative. There are other ways to go ahead and complete the community service restitution. So that's one way. If you wish to participate in it, not a problem. If you don't, not a problem. You're still responsible for full 48 hours of community service restitution. DWI education, victim impact panel, uimpact.com, TAP evaluation, have you done any courses? Have you done the victim impact panel?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay, we'll just do the DWI education, uimpact.com, and the TAP evaluation. Ignition interlock for half the term to be installed within 10 calendar days. $60 reimbursement to Texas Department of Public Safety. 2 affidavits within 10 calendar days. One, that you will not drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. The second one from Bill and Judy Coppin, that you have identified as your parents with the vehicle, that they will not allow you to drive their vehicle under any circumstances. Otherwise, I will order an ignition interlock on their vehicle. And they will identify their vehicle by year, make, model, color, and last 6 digits of the vehicle identification number plus license plate. I will set your supervision fee at $35, and I'll have the CSO, that's your probation officer, community supervision officer, provide us a status report in 2 months and conduct a field visit. State, have I covered everything for you?
Yes, Your Honor, you have. Thank you.
Counsel, anything further on this matter?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you so much.
Mr. Coppin, regarding the trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal, this has been a plea bargain case. And I'm going to certify that you have no right to appeal. You will get a copy of this when you come and provide us your fingerprints. Today is Tuesday. When will you be able to do that this week, sir? Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday?
Would Thursday be all right?
Sir, Thursday is the 4th of August, 2022, when you'll need to come down here between the hours of after 2 p.m. and before 4:30 p.m. You'll be coming down to County Court at law number 2, 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. Sir, if you do not show up, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Okay. Now, right after this, I am going to place you in a breakout room with the court liaison officer, Officer Jennings, for her to go over and find you whether or not you're eligible for the Bexar County Gives Back program, and if you wish to go ahead and participate. There are other alternative methods. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, your attorney has done very well by you, sir. So the way to go ahead and show your appreciation for his hard work on your behalf is to do what? Be successful on probation. I'm looking for you to be successful. What kind of instrument do you play?
I'm a violinist.
Oh, wow. Wow. Great talent there. It's very impressive.
Lots of
Beautiful.
work.
How long you been? Lots of work. How long you been playing?
I've been playing for 20 years.
But you're only 20 years old. You were born with a violin in your hand?
Add a couple years to that.
Right? Awesome, awesome talent. And I didn't know they still made Chevy Impala. So, sir, look forward to your success and continued success as a violinist. That is a gift to society, such talent.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Okay?
That's right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank
Can we
you.
be
You have a
excused?
great one. Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Alrighty. A couple of people have shown up. Attorney Karen Corbin, I believe I just saw you.
Yes, Judge, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay,
Sorry,
great.
I've been kind of in and out, but
Sure.
I was wondering, we were set for a plea today on Alyssa Rodriguez. We still want to do that, but we haven't. There's a few other things we want to do before she took the plea. I was wondering if there's any way you could give me a 30-day reset, and then we'll make sure we have all the paperwork done ahead of time. We don't have it done. I'll take responsibility for that. I'm just not ready to proceed today, unfortunately.
Counsel, you say that you have a couple more things that needs to be done.
Yes, Judge. My client's trying to get her license. She's been working very diligently trying to get her license back. She'd like to have her license when she starts her DWI probation. Additionally, I have some conflicts. And so we're asking for any time after September 5th, because that's when she gets her license back. And then I would just ask the state to send me the paperwork, and we'll have it done whenever if you give us a reset, whenever you tell us to come back.
Counsel, you need something. Can we go ahead and do this earlier? Because on the 16th of January, 2020, we were going to plead this. You say Alyssa Rodriguez, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this was supposed to be pled about almost 2 years ago. In fact, 2 years ago, over 2 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, let me start sharing this.
Okay, well. Is there any way we can just get a reset, Your Honor? We'll make sure that we have everything done next time we show up.
You need a reset to the 15th of August?
Well, I was hoping to get the reset anytime after September 5th. But if the best you can give us is 15 August, then we'll do that.
Okay.
I will say though, Judge, I am scheduled to be unavailable August 15 to August 19. I've had that in since March.
Oh, that's not a problem. Do you want to come the 12th then? Or would you like to go ahead and come the 29th?
Of August? The 29th would be much better, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm. Where is Elisa Rodriguez? I'm not too sure she answered the docket.
She's there. Answer, Alyssa.
I'm here. Hi, I'm here.
Okay. Council, there will be no reset from here, so let's go ahead and make sure that we get this done. I mean, like you said, plan on pleading on this 2 years ago.
Okay, Judge, August 29th, we will be ready to go, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah. Does the state have the email address for the defendant? And does the court coordinator have the email address?
I will send that to them, Your Honor, as soon as we
When?
get off the Zoom.
Okay,
Or I
let's
can-
go
I can
ahead
tag-
and thanks. You can go ahead and email that to both entities. If you would go ahead and get that done today, that would be great. You and your client are excused. Or
Thank you,
reset it for the
Judge.
29th.
Thank you.
Attorney Joanne Eckel, what are we doing with your client, ma'am?
Judge, we have plea paperwork ready. I hope the court has it.
Okay. Please give me that cause number again, please.
It's 631843.
And Harmelio.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. And the council, I do have, Attorney Echo, I do have your plea paperwork. Thank you. Attorney Beck, did you have your hand up?
Yes, Your Honor. That's on Jose Sanchez, the trial court case. We signed the paperwork on our JSAT plea bargain. You had said we had a deadline to do it, so we made it.
Attorney O'Donnell?
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask if I could have leave to announce in other courts. We are ready for the plea for Enrique Carter. But Judge, I would have to at least go make a short announcements in 2 courts.
Oh, absolutely. And if you wish to go ahead when you come back, put you in a breakout room to discuss the personal data sheet with your client. I need 3 references.
Very well, Judge. Thank
So
you.
you wish to go ahead and do that now, and then I reserve you?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Please go ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Attorney Echo, I need to go ahead and take this matter so that I can be able to deal with the jurors. This matter was set for trial today. So it should be short, and then you're next, okay? Let's say, do you have cause number 627-299 pulled up? Can you guys hear me? It seems like.
Yes, Judge, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Do you have that cause number pulled up?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. 2 seconds, please. Let us get on record. On cause number, court is going to call cause number 627-299, State of Texas versus Jose Luis Sanchez. Parties, please approach and identify who is before the court, starting with the state.
Lincoln Martinez for the state.
Thomas Beck for the defendant, Jose Sanchez.
I use Jose Luis Sanchez.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same that has been accused of evading arrest or detention alleged to have occurred on the 13th day of November 2019 and classified as a Class A misdemeanor?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may go ahead and lower your hand. The court is going to start sharing the court screen. Mr. Sanchez, can you see the court screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, on displays document entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign this document thus consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sanchez, this is how it's going to work. Okay, when I need for you to respond, I will call you by name and I will address you, okay? Otherwise, I will be speaking to the attorneys. The attorneys representing the state, I will refer to as state. The attorneys representing you, I will refer to as counsel. When I need to speak with you, I will call you by name, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, not a problem. Thank you. State, your response?
Yes, Your Honor.
State's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense. On display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Sanchez, is this your signature where I'm circling the cursor?
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am. Yes,
did you
Your Honor.
sign this document? Did you sign this document thus consenting to plea by video conferencing, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
I do, Judge.
Defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you represented Mr. Sanchez?
Many months, Judge.
And are we applying for probation? And if so, what type?
We're not applying for probation, Judge. We have a plea bargain for JSAT.
And state, have you fulfilled your discovery and Brady requirement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14J of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state files?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is this matter subject to law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has it been satisfied, complied with?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, it is applicable and it has been complied with?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Defense, do you have any motions for the court's consideration?
No, Judge.
Mr. Sanchez, I draw your attention to the document on display entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Course Admonitions. This is a two-page document. This is the first page. This is the second page. Is this your signature where I am circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this document with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you, after looking at it, reviewing it with the attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign the document?
Yes, Your Honor.
So with your signature and testimony, you're telling me that you understood everything in this document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, has done well by you to be able to go ahead and bring this to a resolution for you. So you understand the range of punishment in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And understanding your constitutional rights, do you freely and voluntarily give them up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will approve your jury waiver and I will sign it. You will no longer be able to have a trial in this case. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
Yes, I do, Judge.
With the information, we're able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and charges against him.
I have, Judge.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
I do, Judge.
Say, what is the punishment recommendation to this court?
Judge, the state is recommending 2 days Bear County Jail, time and money to run concurrent, judgment to be satisfied.
Ms. Luna, how many days has Mr. Sanchez spent in jail?
It's been 2, Judge.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation in this case?
It is, Judge.
Mr. Sanchez, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to resolve this matter for you today?
Yes, Your Honor.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason than the fact that you are guilty, sir? Are you pleading
Yes, Your
guilty
Honor.
because you are guilty, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you are pleading guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and I will accept your plea of not guilty, excuse me, of guilty. I do apologize, sir. I will accept your plea of guilty, finding that it is intelligently and freely made. That's correct, right, sir? Right, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that you are competent to do so. Counsel, what, if anything, do you have on behalf of your client?
Well, Judge, he does have a job. We're hoping that you will follow his, the plea bargain. And we think that at least we're concluding this case, and we think it's a just plea bargain.
Thank you, counsel. That is very helpful. Mr. Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot, sentencing cannot be imposed today?
No, Judge.
Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 2 days in Bexar County Jail. Time and money will run concurrent. What is the fine and court costs? State.
The fine is $100. I don't know what the court costs are.
I'm going to sentence you to 2 days in Bexar County Jail. $100 fine plus court costs. Time and money will run concurrent. You'll get credit for all the time that you have served. Finding that you have 2 days served in Bexar County Jail, I am going to satisfy this judgment. State, did I cover everything for you?
You did, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
And counsel, anything further on this matter?
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Regarding the trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal, this has been a plea bargain case. I am going to certify that you have no right to appeal. And you will get a copy of this when you come down to provide us your fingerprint. When will you be able to go ahead and do that, sir? Today?
Yes, Your
Tomorrow?
Honor. Today will be good.
Thursday or Friday?
Today will be good.
All right, sir, we'll see you down here after 2 o'clock today and before 4:30 p.m. If you do not come down to County Court at Law Number 2, located at 300 De La Rosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, we're located on the first floor of the Kadena Reeves Justice Center. You know where you're coming to?
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for being able to go ahead and take care of this matter today. After you give us your fingerprint, I wish you the best of luck. Okay, sir?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All righty. See you in a little while. Counsel, anything further in this matter?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have anything further in this court? Do you have
No,
anything?
Judge. No, I do not, Judge.
All right, you and your client are excused. And Mr. Sanchez will see you at 2 o'clock, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or after 2, before 4:30. Thanks. See you then.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sign his fucking check. Just sign his fucking $3,000 check.
State, you have cause number 631843 pulled up.
Yes, Judge.
Let's get on record. Court is going to call cause number 631843, State of Texas versus George Mendez Jaramillo. Parties, please approach and identify who's before the court, starting with the state.
Brett Vosis for the state.
Joanne Akel for Mr. Jaramillo.
Are you Mr. George Mendez Jaramillo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jaramillo. Yeah, sorry, that's Jaramillo, right?
Yes, Jaramillo.
Thank you. Are you the same that's been accused of driving while intoxicated, alleged to have occurred on the 19th day of January 2020 and classified as a Class B misdemeanor, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth under pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
I do.
Court is going to start sharing the court screen. Mr. Jaramillo, can you see the court screen?
Yes.
If counsel, can you see the court screen?
Yes, Judge, I can.
And state?
Yes, I can see it, Judge.
State, on display is a document that's entitled State's Consent to Video Conferencing. Did you sign this document that's consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
I can see that this document was signed by ADA Han Martinez and the state does consent.
State's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Defense on display is a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Video Conferencing. Mr. Jaramillo, is this your signature where I am circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign this document that's consenting to plea by video conferencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, with your signature on the same document, do you join your client in consenting to these proceedings by video conferencing?
Yes, Judge.
The defendant's video conferencing consent is made part of the record. Counsel, how long have you been representing Mr. Jaramillo?
Longer than 10 days, Judge.
And are we applying for probation? And if so, what type, please?
Deferred probation, Judge.
Mr. Jaramillo, I draw your attention to the document on display. It's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision. This is a 2-page document, this being the first page, and then this being the second page. I draw your attention to the middle of the page where I am circling the cursor on the second page. It states that you personally appeared before me today, albeit via Zoom. You are the defendant in this case, and I have sworn you in. Under oath, you're going to tell me that your application for the Deferred Adjudication Community Supervision and your personal data sheet, which is going to be attached as an exhibit to that application, is true and correct. I'm going to share with you your personal data sheet. Please just identify for me any information that needs to be filled in or corrected. Keep in mind that it needs to be completely filled in order for it to be true and correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, sir.
Yes.
Any information that needs to be filled in or corrected?
Mm.
I'm sorry, what is that you just put in your mouth?
Oh, it's a pen. I'm writing stuff. I was writing stuff down also.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, pen.
I got it, sir.
Everything's correct.
Okay, so you don't have an email address, sir, and no wages and position?
Yes, the wages, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a manager at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Okay, all right. Okay. So you'll be able to fill that information when you come down to give your fingerprint, sir?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to discuss with your attorney, Mr. Jaramillo, to understand the consequences of your response to this statement? Defendant understands and acknowledges that any untrue statement in this application or the exhibit, your personal data sheet, may be grounds for denial or revocation of any community supervision in this case. Do you need to speak with your attorney?
No.
And so do you understand and so acknowledge, sir?
Yes.
I will sign this document, making it part of the record with the caveat of the information that you have identified, and you will provide when you come down. State, have you fulfilled your Brady and discovery requirement in this case?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
Y'all need to go over there, please.
Mr. Jaramillo, may I continue?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, all right, not a problem. At state, you said yes, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and counsel, are you satisfied that the state has fulfilled its obligation to provide you discovery under Article 39.14 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, as well as giving you full access to the state's files?
As far as I can tell, yes, Judge.
State, is this matter subject to the law enforcement disclosure? And if it is, has it been complied with?
No, this case is not subject to that, Judge.
Okay. I will sign the discovery acknowledgement, making it part of the record. State, do you have any motions for the court's consideration at this time?
Yes, Judge. The state would move to amend the information and add account 2 obstruction of a highway.
Do
No
I
obje-
have that? I'm sorry. Do I have that written consent?
I believe you do, Judge.
Hold on a second. I need to suspend the record. We're just waiting for the court reporter. Getting back on record on cause number 631843, State of Texas versus George Mendez Jaramillo. Court is going to start sharing the court screen again. At the time that we suspended the record, counsel excuse me, State, I asked you if you had any motions for the court's consideration. I believe that you were going to tender a written motion to alter and amend the information to add account 2. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct, Judge.
And do I have that motion, sir?
I believe you do, Judge. I think it's at the bottom of the plea packet.
Is this a motion?
Yes, that's it.
State, what says you defense? What say you defense?
We have no objection to the motion, Judge.
And defense, do you waive your 10 days to counsel? Do you waive your 10 days to prepare?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Jaramillo,
Yes.
the information is a document that we use to bring you to court. It tells you the nature of the offense and the charges against you. Whenever it is changed in this instance, the state changed it to add a count 2. You get 10 days in order to prepare to defend against the change, the information. Your attorney has waived that 10 days. Goodbye. And so do you join your attorney in waiving that 10 days to prepare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. State's written motion is granted. And so ordered and signed. Mr. Jaramillo, this is the new information. As you can see, account number 2 has been added to the information.
Mhm.
State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
Yes, Judge. The state would move to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed solely on count 2, obstruction of a highway.
No objection, Judge.
Without objection, state's oral motion is granted. State, any other motions for the court's consideration?
Yes, the state would also move to admit Exhibit 1 into evidence for the purposes of this hearing.
Defense?
Could I have some clarification as to what is Exhibit 1? I have no objection, Judge.
Mhm. Counsel and state defense counsel and state, with your permission, after this matter is completed, may I go ahead and make the correction here? I had noted it. I thought there was something. It says electronic service here. I believe a number is called for here. Do you see where I'm pointing and circling?
Yes,
Yes,
Judge.
Defense has no objection, Judge.
Okay.
Neither
State?
does the state.
Okay. And then also, I noticed that it is repeated here. So may I make, with your permission, may I make a pen and ink change to that as well?
I have
Yes,
no
Judge.
objection, Judge.
State,
Yes, no objection, Judge.
all righty. And then I can enter that number as far as this exhibit number 1 here. State,
Yes, Your Honor, you can say there's no objection to that change.
defense.
No objection to that change, Judge.
Okay, all righty. So, defense, this is exhibit number 1 consists of several documents of which I will go through right now. Mr. Jaramillo, state's exhibit 1 consists of this, it's a package of documents. The first being waiver of objection to amendment of information and rights, stipulations of facts, and judicial confession. The second, this is a 2-page document, this being the first and then this being the second. Then the next document is entitled Motor Vehicles in the Household. It indicates here that you swear that you do not own or possess a motor vehicle and no member of your family or household where you live owns or possesses a motor vehicle. And you have signed that as of today. And also the next document is a plea bargain document. And then the next document is waiver of appeals and post-conviction remedies. The next document is oath. And again, the oath is that you appeared personally before me and you have been duly sworn in. And under oath, you state that the facts in the above stipulations and plea agreement, the documents I've shown you, are true and correct, specifically including the documents so labeled, and I went through those documents with you. You signed that. And I will go ahead and sign it once it's printed. And I will order as indicates that you are going to plead guilty in this case. Sorry about that. State, do you have any other motions for the court's consideration?
No further motions from the state.
Defense?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Jaramillo,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
draw your attention to the document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Course Admonitions. This is a 2-page document, this being the first. And then this being the second. Is this your signature where I am circling the cursor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you go over this document with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
After going over it with your attorney, did you freely and voluntarily sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
So with your signature and testimony, you're telling me that you understand everything in this 2-page document as it was reviewed and explained to you by your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Oh, yes.
She has done a great job for you today, sir. She has reduced this from a from a driving while intoxicated to an obstruction plea. So now it's just a regular Class B misdemeanor. And she has explained to you the range of punishment in this case, right?
Yes, Your Honor. She has.
And you understand your constitutional rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with that understanding, sir, you freely and voluntarily give up your constitutional rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will approve your jury waiver. I am going to sign it, and you will no longer be able to have a trial in this case, as I've made a record of that. Counsel, do you believe that your client is competent to enter into a plea today?
Yes, Judge.
And with the amended information, were you able to apprise this defendant of the nature of the offense and charges against him?
Yes, Judge.
Do you and this defendant waive the formal reading of the information?
We do.
State, what is your punishment recommendation in this case?
Judge, the state recommends 1 year of deferred adjudication probation, a $450 fine plus court costs, 40 hours community service, the DWI education class, and U impact class, and the TAIP evaluation.
Is that it?
Yes, that's everything, Judge.
Counsel, is that your understanding of the state's punishment recommendation to the court?
It is, Judge, but my client has already taken the DWI education class and the U impact class, and I have forwarded a copy of those certificates to the district attorney.
Have those been presented to the court?
I don't think they're not part of this plea paperwork, but I can forward them to the court also, Judge.
Have they been, excuse me, e-filed?
I have not e-filed them, but I can, Judge.
Okay. And, okay, and what else?
Other than that, Judge, that is our agreement.
Okay, and Mr. Jaramillo, is that your understanding of what your attorney has worked out with the state on your behalf in order to be able to dispose of this matter for you today?
Yes, it is, Judge.
With that understanding, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contents.
And that is congruent with that does match up with as far as the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights. However, back in the it indicates that plea of guilty, that the defendant intended to plead guilty here. And that is what has been ordered. So let's go ahead and suspend the record at this time. Counsel, did you wish to talk with your client or the state so we can make sure the paperwork matches up here?
If the court needs my client to plead guilty, I'm sure he'll plead guilty, Judge.
Uh, Counsel, I'm just saying the paperwork doesn't match, so if you guys need to go ahead and discuss that. You need for me to put you guys in a breakout room for you guys to discuss that? I don't know.
Are you referring to me and the state, Judge?
Both, yes, both.
Mr. Bosis, what do you think?
So let me go ahead and put you guys in the breakout room.
Judge, can we just amend the paperwork?
I'm going to ask for permission to go ahead and be able to do that, but you guys let me know. Okay, I've sent you an invitation to
Will do.
the breakout room. Counsel, state your back.
Yeah.
Counsel, do you need to speak with your client? Should I put him in a breakout room with you?
No, Judge. I believe Mr. Bosis and I have talked about it, and we've, I think Mr. Bosis can relate to the court what he's agreed to do.
State. Let's get back on record on cause number 631-843, State of Texas versus George Mendez Jaramillo. At the time we suspended the record, state and defense conferred on the plea as documented on the paperwork. State, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge. And
Counsel, are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. State? Proceed, please.
Judge, the state has an objection to the plea staying a no contest plea, and the court can make a correction to the paperwork if need be.
As, what paper, where, sir? Here, in the obstruction paperwork?
If that's where it says guilty, then yes.
And again, I see here that I need to go ahead and also make a correction to where I'm, oh, let me start sharing the court is going to reshare the screen. I believe they're saying right here.
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
Indication. And then I need to make a correction to add court 2 here, correct? With your permission, state,
Yes, no objection.
defense.
And no objection, Judge.
Okay. So, Mr. Harmilio, you have pled no contest, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that even though you're pleading no contest, I can still find you guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
And you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
After discussing this with your attorney, you have discussed everything with your attorney, correct?
Yes.
And after discussing with your attorney, you're telling this court with your plea of no contest that you do not wish to fight any of the charges in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
And you also believe that with your plea of no contest, you believe that that's in your best interest?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will accept your plea of no contest, finding that it is intelligently and freely made, and that you are competent to do so. Counsel, what, if anything, on behalf of your client, and why should I accept this plea?
Judge, my client made a bad judgment to elect on the night in question to drive after having drank some alcohol. He was cooperative with the police department. He did do all the field sobriety tests required by, or asked of him by the arresting officer. There was no accident. We would just ask the court to follow the plea bargain agreement.
Thank you, counsel. That is very helpful. Mr. Jaramillo, whom do you live with?
I live with my wife and my son and my daughter-in-law and my 3 grandkids, or 2 and 1 on the way.
Does your wife own a vehicle?
No, she don't.
Your daughter-in-law?
No. My son does. He just got it out.
I'm sorry, say again?
I said my son?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the only one with the vehicle. They just moved in with us.
What's your son's name?
He's a junior, George Jr. George Jaramillo Jr.
Do you have the an ignition interlock installed in your vehicle at this time, sir?
No.
What vehicle are we going to install the ignition interlock on?
Well, I don't drive his car, and I really don't have a vehicle to put nothing on it.
You have a vehicle or you don't have a vehicle, sir? So let's start with that.
No, I don't.
No, you do not have a vehicle.
No, I do not, Judge.
And you don't intend in driving?
No,
On
ma'am.
driving? Yeah.
Mhm.
And so state, was this a blood?
It was a breath test, Judge.
Okay. What was the BAC state?
It was a 0.13.
And Mr. Harmila, what are your wages?
I get paid every Friday. I make about, I say about $8.50 a week. I get paid $15 an hour.
I'm sorry, say again?
Said I get paid $15 an hour, and right now I'm training to be a manager there at the restaurant. So 2 days out of the week, I get paid 18.
You're done?
Mhm.
Are you back?
Close that door.
It indicates on your personal data sheet that you have a dependent. You say have one dependent?
Yes,
But you
ma'am.
said you have your grandchildren living with you?
Yes.
How old is that dependent that you're claiming?
He's 23.
And how old are the grandchildren?
One's she just turned 1 month. She's a year and 3.5 months. And the second one is 7 years old. and there's one on the way that will be in October.
So who owned the vehicle that you were driving that's involved in this incident?
The one that the incident one,
Yes.
that was my girlfriend's.
Your girlfriend lives with you, sir?
Yes, it's my common-law wife.
I'm sorry.
My common-law.
Okay. What is her name?
Diana.
What is it?
Diana Vasquez.
Did you say Jan, Jan or?
No, Diane. Diana.
Oh, Diane. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, sir. What is the year, make, model of that vehicle that we're going to put the ignition interlock on? That you say that belongs to your common law girlfriend?
Well, the one she has is the 2000 Camaro, but that's up for repo already.
Okay.
But it is a Camaro 12, but it's up for repo already.
All right. When that happens, make sure to report that to your probation officer, and we'll go ahead and make adjustments, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
All righty. Counsel, is there any legal reason why this matter cannot be disposed of today?
None that I'm aware of, Judge.
Mr. Jaramillo, Although there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty in this case, I'm going to withhold my finding of guilt, and I'm going to place you on 1 year deferred adjudication probation for obstruction of highway by intoxication.
Okay.
You will be supervised and monitored by the Community Supervision and Corrections Department, otherwise known as probation, with these following conditions: $450 plus court cost, 40 hours of community service restitution, DWI education, U-Impact, TAP evaluation, and parenting class. You'll get the ignition interlock installed in that 2000 Camaro within 10 calendar days.
Okay.
You'll have, I will need 3 affidavits from you. One, that you will not drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. One from George Harmelio Jr., whom you identified as your son, that lives with you and has a vehicle, that he will not allow you to drive his vehicle under any circumstances. Otherwise, I'll order for the ignition interlock to be placed on that vehicle. You will need to identify that vehicle by year, make, model, color, license plate number, and last 6 digits of the VIN, vehicle identification number. You also need an affidavit from Diane Vasquez that you have identified that whom lives with you, owner of the vehicle that you that was involved in this incident. And that we had permission to go ahead and put ignition interlock on that vehicle, sir. I'll set your supervision fee at $35. I will have the CSO provide a status report in 2 months. See how well you're doing on probation.
Okay.
And conduct a field visit.
Okay. On the interlock, excuse me, I'm sorry. Where would I go for that?
Probation will go ahead and advise you.
Oh, okay.
State, did I cover everything for you?
Yes, you did, Judge.
Counsel, anything further on this matter?
Judge, in regard to my client's certificates for the DWI education class and the U-Impact, once those are e-filed, will the court give him credit for those, for attending those classes already?
He'll need to go ahead and provide them to his probation officer, as I do not have them at this time.
I will instruct him to so provide, Judge.
Yes, thank you. Counsel, anything else?
Nothing, Judge.
Mr. Harmelio, regarding the trial court certification of defendant's right to appeal, this has been a plea bargain case, and I am going to certify that you have no right to appeal. You'll get a copy of this document when you come in to provide us your fingerprint. When will you be able to do that, sir?
I could do that.
It's tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday this week. Which one? Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, sir?
I'll do Wednesday. I could do Wednesday.
Okay, sir, understand that you will be coming down to County Court at Law number 2 on Wednesday. I believe that's the 3rd of August 2022, which is tomorrow. You will be coming down to 300 Dolorosa, San Antonio, Texas, 78205. We are on the first floor of the Cadena Reeves Justice Center. And you will be coming in between the hours of 2 p.m., after 2 p.m., and before 4:30 p.m. Understand that if you do not come down tomorrow, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty. Okay, your attorney has really worked hard for you to be able to go ahead and resolve this matter for you. And as I mentioned, regular as an obstruction. And so the way to thank her and appreciate her efforts is for you to be successful on probation. If there's anything that needs to, if you need some help in being successful with probation, make sure to talk to your community supervision officer. Okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. I wish you the best, sir, and look forward to your success. I really do wish for you to be successful.
Thank you, Judge.
All righty?
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge,
Counsel,
excuse
do you
me.
have?
Yes. Does my client need to wait today to have a conference with the probation officer?
No.
No, he'll be excused when we're finished then, Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you very much. You'll give him instructions tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All righty. See you tomorrow. Counsel, you have anything further in this court today?
Nothing further, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, please. You and your client are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Mr.
Your Honor, are you talking? We can't hear anything.
How did it get into that configuration? That's what,
None of us touched it.
okay.
The ghost in the court.
Alrighty, it appears I was muted. Mr. Carter and Enrique Carter, unmute and respond.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll go ahead and take your plea at 2:15, okay? So make sure to get hold of your attorney. We'll let him know 2:15, okay?
So I come back to the Zoom call at 2:15?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Attorney Rocha, Attorney Jose Rocha. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty. Attorney Rocha, you're set for trial for today. You're ready to proceed to trial, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. However, I just spoke to the district attorney's office and this case will be resolved through a dismissal.
Alrighty.
That's correct, Judge.
What?
That's correct, Judge. I'm submitting a dismissal right now.
Alrighty. Okay, so dismissal to come?
Yes, Judge, I'm just filling in the information right now. It will be with you in a few minutes.
Alrighty. Okay, very good. I will go ahead and attend to that dismissal once it's tendered. Okay, and court stands in recess until 2:15 p.m. Okay, see
Your
you all
Honor.
back at 2:15, 2 p.m.
My excuse and my client excused as well.
Once I get that dismissal, see you at 2:15 p.m.
Your Honor, I have several settings in children's court at that time. Can my client please go back since this is gonna get dismissed?
Sure, she can go
Yes,
ahead
Your
and
Honor.
come back at 2:15 p.m. We'll go ahead and take care of that, sir.
Your Honor,
you're
this case is gonna get dismissed, Your Honor. She has things to do. She needs to go back to.
Mr. Rocha.
Yes,
First
Your
of
Honor.
all, both of you are extremely late to the court, so let's leave it at that, okay? The court is
No,
in
Your
recess.
Honor, I had
something to
received a
take care of.
reset, Your Honor. That's
I
very
do
abusive.
appreciate your time, sir, but that will be all for now. Thank you.
Your Honor. Do you still need me to come back? Your Honor, could I guess, please, a confirmation that you would need me back?
Your client needs to come back, sir. You do not. You say you have several settings in.
Yes, Your Honor. Children protected.
Okay, all righty. Thank you
Sure.
very much. Yes, till 2:15. Yes, folks gotta need to go ahead and get to some lunch. State, see you guys at 2:15.
All right, see you then, Judge.